Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. So they found somebody that they believe is responsible for the shooting last night at the federal judge's house in North Brunswick, I believe it is, North Jersey, where she's a federal judge, district judge in the district that surrounds like Newark. She was appointed by Obama. She has been for the last 10 years. And, I don't exactly know how they believe that this person is the one who's responsible, other than, well, there was a package in the individual, and he hasn't been identified, but he is an attorney. They obviously know who he is because that's been reported on, that he's an attorney, and that there was a package inside of his car, addressed to Esther, the judge. But they believe actually that the husband was the primary target, who remains in critical but stable condition at the local hospital. I can't remember. It's Robert something Medical Center or something like that, where he was taken when he was shot 3 times. As I understand it, initially it was reported that he answered the door, then his son came afterwards, but I think it was backwards. And, the son answered the door and was immediately shot point blank in the chest, in the heart, and was, I don't know that he was killed instantly, but he was killed. And then either the father was a few steps behind him, or he came to see what happened once, the first shot rang out, and he was shot 3 times. And like I said, he's in critical but stable condition. So, but they believe he was I don't know why they believe this, but they believe he was the primary target of the person who is the attorney that is not named, who was found with a self-inflicted, I don't even know if I mentioned that, a self-inflicted gunshot wound at a campsite, up near the Catskills, about 135 miles north of where the shooting took place. It was also reported, I think by NBC New York, that he, at one point, this person, so they obviously know his identity and stuff like that, argued a case in front of Judge Salas back in 2015, but they still believe, must have reason to believe this, that that the husband was the primary target, for whatever reason. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. The husband is a pretty prominent criminal defense attorney, and I think he himself has some pretty high-profile, criminal defendants. I saw over the Daily Mail that he has represented members of the Bloods, so he has some pretty high profile, I think, violent criminals that he's defended in the past. I don't know that necessarily has anything to do with this. This is another attorney, that targeted him, and for what reason, God only knows, and then the son just happened to get in the middle of it. It's just so terrible, man, terrible. And that he was their only son, Daniel Anderl, if I pronounced the name correctly. He was 20 years old. I think he just finished his second year at Catholic University in Washington, D.C., and basically had his entire life ahead of him, and he was their only child. It's so terrible. So, but Mark Anderl was supposedly the primary target, and I'm sure we'll be learning the identity hopefully pretty soon and get a better understanding of, what the motive was, but that's pretty much all that's known for now. And I wanted to get the identity of the suspected shooter prior to, who's now, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And he did appear in a FedEx uniform, reportedly, and obviously he doesn't, he's not an employee of FedEx, even though FedEx said they were fully cooperating with him, in the event that it was, and somebody that just went off the rails, but it wasn't. He intentionally posed that way, to perform this sort of hit on somebody that either is a colleague of his or he has some beef with for some reason. I'm sure we'll find out. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.